GameTout! Welcome to GameTout, the show where I tout for 4 minutes about video game topics that you want to know. Today's topic. Do you believe people are too harsh regarding the number of games on the Nintendo Switch? Alright, let's go to put 4 minutes on the clock and let's go. So, it's a yes and a no. I'll explain myself. I know that's a cheap way of answering it. However, I do think that people are a little harsh with Nintendo based on the amount of software that's coming out. However, the lack of third-party support is just a problem that they created a long time ago that they didn't address, and it just built up and up and up. So yes, it's their fault for that, but for them, I'm going to answer that portion really quick. Nintendo is only one company, and that's what Nintendo fans need to realize. In my opinion, every time I see, oh my god, there's no lack of Nintendo games and this and that, it only has the Zelda, that's it. No, we have Mario Kart, we have ARMS, we have 1-2 Switch, we have games, and it looks like almost every single month there's going to be a quality game that comes out. May not be, games that basically like appeal to you, like some people didn't like ARMS, some people won't like Splatoon, some people won't like, the Fire Emblem or anything, but the thing is, there's different genres, they're all coming out, it's in a month, but they're quality games. I think Nintendo's doing a really good job with the lineup that they have in year one. If you compare year one to other systems, this is an amazing time. It's really great. However, I think everybody's just spoiled. They're like year one should have Metroid. They should have Mario that's 2D, Mario that's 3D. We have Zelda. We should have Star Fox, and no, you have to space things out. Because again, going back to my original statement, Nintendo is one company. One. They only have the manpower. Let's just kind of put it on a blank board. Let's just say they have 12 teams. And I know I'm kind of just saying this just to kind of like get you guys a visual. Let's just say they have 12 teams. So if every team is making one game, that means there's 12 games coming out. Do you think it is smart to release all 12 games at launch and then say, oh, it's a beautiful launch and everything like that, that's great, but now those 12 games came out, it takes about a year, some teams take 2 years, 4 years, now you have a gap of no games. So yes, great launch, but then after that, nothing. They didn't need to release a whole bunch of games at launch because even right now, we're in July, Nintendo still has a demand for the Switch. It doesn't make sense to release more games than there should be right now. However, yes, we would love to see all the Nintendo franchises, we love to see that, but again, they're only one company, they have only so many teams to deal with. It sucks, but we're not going to see that. So it's great that way that they're positioning it, because now that games are coming out like that, the other teams that released it 12 months prior now are making another game. So basically, the cycle's really good right now. One big game a month. That's perfect. Nintendo, they should continue doing that. And I have no problems with that. I think they're doing a better job than they've had in the past about releasing games that are actually really good quality. However, Nintendo did mess themselves up with third-party support. They made systems I have more to talk about. I was talking too slow apparently. I have a lot. Why do I even have a timer for 4 minutes? I always go over. I want to kind of drive this point across really quick. Nintendo, they really suck at business decisions. They're greedy. They have always been a sore in third parties' behinds, which sucks. But Nintendo, they're stuck in like this like old mentality, their old ways, and basically they're saying, you know, let's just use examples. Super Nintendo. They're like, this machine is a kid machine. You know, we shouldn't have any like too gory of games and stuff like that. Mortal Kombat comes out on the Sega Genesis, has blood and everything like that. Comes out on the NES, and they're like, no, we need to remove blood. It's stuff like that. Like basically, like they influence the third parties in a way. Like basically, when Nintendo 64 was coming out, they drove up the prices. Their licensing, for example, it's like they get a lot of money. People saw the PlayStation and they were like, oh my god, we can actually get, I'm throwing out a random number, but we could get 80% while we only get 40% revenue from you know, PlayStation other than Nintendo. Yeah, let's jump to the one that's easier to make, and we're going to receive more money. You know, that's what Squaresoft did, Square Inc. And what happened is, like, over the years, all that influence and all like of their energy was just basically like, we have a machine for everyone. And the third parties were kind of just left out of the loop because, you know, they couldn't really make the games that, you know, they wanted to because they have this Nintendo image that they have to battle. Every person that sees a Nintendo system, and I know fans don't like the image, but when you look at a Nintendo system, you know the types of games are more for everyone as opposed, you know, for like, you know, Sony, Xbox. You see games that are a lot more mature. However, you do see, you know, kiddish games and stuff like that. However, you find like a more variety of it than you do on a Nintendo system. I think it's just the way Nintendo built it. Same thing with the online stuff. Online should have been something they jumped into. However, they themselves created this pocket where basically they're like, no, I don't think online's the future, or like they like do this like stupid friend codes, or like they like lock down the online so much, and the third parties come in there and they're just like, well, hell, I can't do anything because Nintendo's doing this. And then they do the same thing with the graphics, where basically like, you know, they're trying to make this type of game. They would love to port it to the Nintendo system. However, now there's a huge generation gap because basically, you know, like the PlayStation 4 was way better than the Wii U's graphics and stuff like that. Like it's just a combination of a lot of, you know, bad decisions that Nintendo did. And it should have been the other way. Like, let's say, for example, the Wii, that was one of the best-selling systems ever. It had more than 100 million units out there. Why didn't we see more third-party support than we did? It's because the way that it's marketed, the way that they've made their system, they just don't make as much money as they do on Sony and Xbox. That's a problem. Now, the Switch, I think they're doing a phenomenal job with changing that image, and I think that has a lot to do with the new president of Nintendo, so thank God that he's making some decisions that are bringing third parties back. Like, we just got announced that the WWE 2K17 is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Like, that literally just came out. Third parties are listening. Like, they see that Nintendo is actually marketing to more than just kids. If you look at all the Switch commercials and stuff, you rarely see kids now. You see, you know, like young adults that they're marketing to. It's like, finally, we get to actually like market to another genre so that they can make ports. Because I know it's not up to PlayStation 4 graphics or anything like that, but it's pretty close. Like it's easier to port this to this than it was to like the Wii U, for example. And just the the premise of that it's portable, a lot of people really like that, and I'm glad that the third parties are actually doing this. You know, we have like the Rocket League, we have the Minecraft, and like, you know, they're doing a lot of like crossplay and like just good decisions that Nintendo is doing, and I hope that they go forward with it. However, lack of games that are coming out right now, it's more because like they wanted to keep everything secret and this and that. We might not see huge third-party support until like a year and a half later. But at least we're gonna get, you know, them slowly. But that's just the image that they created themselves. Again, I hope that they continue going this route with the Nintendo Online. I really hope that they fix things. The only issue that I have right now with it is basically the voice chat. Again, that's one of those stupid decisions where it's just like, well, great. You know that not everybody's gonna get that thing, so now we're gonna basically have like 1 out of 10 people use the voice chat. Thanks, that's great. So stuff like that, they need to fix that. They really need to buckle down and just you know, just go towards it. Third parties will love it, and I hope it continues going that way. So as far as people being harsh to Nintendo, I think that it's, yes, lack of games, but you know, it's more for the third parties. Yes, it's fair to be harsh in that retrospect, but I see a lot of people being harsh towards Nintendo, saying that there's not that many Nintendo games on the Switch right now. It's been out for 4 months. Come on, people. Like, it's like there's definitely a lot of quality right now, and if you look in the next like 8 months, that, you know, like let's just say the full year, you will again see more quality games released right now than ever before, probably all the way since the Super Nintendo. Because remember, keep in mind, Nintendo 64 came out, 2 games, Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, and it was like months in between. Like, it took a long time to just release another quality game. You know, there's little ones, but like it took a long time. So come on, don't be that harsh. I know that this is the generation of, like, you know, we're all spoiled and stuff like that because we want this and this and that, but come on, we have to be realistic. We have to keep good vibes to Nintendo, because those are just unrealistic things that, you know, Nintendo shouldn't be hearing about complaints about, you know, stuff like that. They should be hearing complaints about other stuff that could probably benefit them more. You know, like the voice chat. Like, you know, there should be more talk about that more than just, oh man, I saw 12 games coming out, but we didn't see F-Zero. Nintendo sucks. It's the first year, people. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching GameTout. I know that went way over. I just decided, you know, yeah, maybe should I kill that timer? Should I kill it? I don't know. But I like kind of condensing it, but I feel like this topic definitely needed to be said because, again, let's not be spoiled fans, let's be realistic fans and enjoy our system that we have and its future, which is very, very bright. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching GameTout. I'll see you guys next time. Later.